But yeah, so like it's 98 was where they were so fast that yeah, that was slow. So I obviously didn't use that strategy. I'll have to I haven't even gone back and reviewed what my previous. I haven't even reviewed my previous thing, but like, I just know that it's junk. I know that I can save time elsewhere. Let's click the menu. So yeah, 546 might not be all that bad. Like if I've just lost 14 seconds, then I probably could go the one I want. Alright, but hopefully I think I should only have to load that setting once, so that time lost there shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, like 98, I think the two McLarens effectively lapped the field. Like they were just that much faster. I think it was while they still actually had the extra brake pedal. So I'm not sure if you've heard about that one before, where McLaren had it was in the age of clutch. That was in the age of paddle clutches. So like instead of having a fourth pedal, they instead of having just two pedals for the throttle and the brake, they had a third pedal, and the third pedal would brake inside the rear wheel as they were turning. Whee. Yeah, this is a bit more skittish. The setting that I've got on it. So so that meant that the rest of the three wheels of the car could turn more quickly, and the inside rear wheel would move more slowly to help them turn around corners. So like the inside, the right rear or the left rear coming into this corner would brake and would help them around the corners. Just ridiculous, like how clever that is in part of it. I mean, I've the way that I learned to drive, I actually did some I did some Motorcana events when I was a kid learning to drive. So Motorcana is where you get a basically you get a big paddock and a bunch of cones, and use the cones to lay out a start point and an end point. They call them garages, and in between the two garages are normally next to each other, and then they just lay out a set of cones where you go and race a track effectively around a paddock. So you might do a figure eight, or you might do like a crazy big four leaf clover type thing. It's only one car out on the only one car competing at a time. And there was a guy who went to these events, and he had a Mini that he had set up just for these events, and he had a fourth pedal in it. So he had an accelerator, a brake, and a clutch, and then off to the left of the clutch he had a fourth pedal that would just immediately lock the rear wheels. It's effectively like a handbrake pedal, but not across all four wheels. It was only across the rears. And so because the Mini's a front wheel drive car, what that meant is he had power and steering coming out of the front two wheels, and his rear wheels could be locked. So like he could turn this thing on an absolute dime. Like it was incredible the kind of cornering that he could make out of it. Normally that type of thing's illegal in probably most motorsports, but for the Motocanas, they allow, you know, they allow specials to enter, so it's hilarious how tight, you know, how tight those cars can turn when they've got crazy modifications like that. So this looks like it's on a similar sort of pace. Actually, so let's say on similar sort of pace as my last run, but then no, it's not, because I've changed the setup here, haven't I? So I spent another 10 seconds fluffing about in the menu. That should hopefully, I might lose a bit of time here, but it's should hopefully hold. I should hopefully gain a bit more time across the other events with a better setup. I mean, you can just see going down this straight here that I've got in this one as well. You know, the previous, the standard setup kind of caps you at about 280 down these straights. Like, you can't get anywhere, it's just carrying too much wing. So by changing the default setup, at least hopefully I can get a bit more speed down the straights, which will help with overtaking too, but it means I was a bit more skittish around corners, and you can see I'm using a fair bit more tyre as well. But it does make my 546 look okay, doesn't it? Ah, no, that's okay. That's not the worst. An extra load, but it's not the worst. I wonder if I've got the I guess this is only my second run, so it'll give me half an idea about how good, bad, or otherwise my PB really is. I didn't think it was that good on immediate reaction, but considering I'm what, 40 seconds behind already, maybe it wasn't that horrible. But also because I've got only one run, I don't have, because I've basically got one run, that means that my sum of best is effectively my completed run, so I don't know if or where I've got any possible time saves. Cool, come on, get on with it. I think they'll put up a wall on the inside here. Like, I'm 99%, yeah, there's a wall there. I do have to take... Can't use the skip I use in the other version. It's not really a skip, is it? It's just... You wouldn't say it's intended, but you wouldn't say it's unintended either. Oof. Yeah, I missed that braking zone real bad. Yeah, I think I'm still using my braking zones from when I've got... Ooh, when I've got the other setup on. I haven't actually, like, I keep saying this, I haven't done any practice. That's so... What that means is I'm still kind of just figuring this out as I go. But because of this different setup, that means I'm getting to the corners faster because my top speed's higher. But also I've got less wings, so I need to... really, I should be braking earlier. Because I'm going to have much longer braking distances because I've got less wings, so I've got less drag naturally. Plus, I'm actually just getting there at a faster speed as my terminal velocity is faster. So, or Vmax as they might call it in F1 setup terms. With this setup, I do keep getting that corner wrong. Well, I'm probably just not using enough turn down there. I think the turn downs where where you don't just push left or right on the stick. You also push, right and then pull down on the stick to it's part of the intended control mechanic, but it just helps you turn more sharply. We'll be nearly off the road again. But yeah, like here, when I'm running off here, there's a little bit of turn down. Maybe I need to, maybe I actually need to back off a little bit for that one with this setup. Maybe I should call them car settings rather than setup, just because that'll confuse any speedrunning types who are checking in. Those tyres are rooted. Yeah, so this setup fucks tyres too. Destroys them. So that was 1.5 seconds of time save. Really isn't much. Although it was a bit of a messy race. Shit, I didn't see if this was fast split or not. I think it is. I don't remember doing it last time. Monaco do this race. Oh, this will be interesting with this setup or these car settings. Let's see how long this takes me to get to the front. Oh. Remembering that I need to keep my car in one piece too. Okay, so not getting up is so bad because they are crazy slow around the hairpin. I think they're obviously 1-on-1. They're much less gentlemanly than in the first game, but in packs they're still quite submissive. Although, oof, yeah, I might need to actually consider a setup change here. I'm not going to go and restart the race because I'm not going to make an extra minute. I'm going to make an extra minute out of quitting, restarting, and I'm not going to make that time up now. But the next run, I should consider loading a Monaco specific style setup. Get off the wall. Totally casual. Which realistically, that's what this is. Fast casual playthrough rather than actually being an optimized speed run. No, nobody else runs this game. This is my second attempt really, with no practice. Oof, yeah, definitely stuffed that braking zone up. Like, the only thing that I'm really kind of bringing here is some knowledge from F1 World Grand Prix, World Grand Prix 1. F1 World Grand Prix is such a mouthful of a game name. But let's say that again.
Only 2 laps to go. Coulthard, 11 seconds behind you. Away. Your fuel is getting low. First is not part of the race. Seconds back.
Really is a lot of corners. Like, I can't seem to concentrate on anything else. Like, I keep trying to poke my eyes across to see my splits and see how I'm doing. But just too many corners.
Coulthard, 14 seconds behind you. You're pulling away. The suspension is broken.
Doesn't lag too much coming out of there, at least. Well, that could be worse.
Coulthard, 16 seconds behind you. You need to get fuel now. Coulthard, out, 18 cars left.
Yeah, none of these time saves are really adding up to much, are they? They're all 1.5 seconds here and 1.5 seconds there, and I'm losing more time through being crap. Alright, so I've definitely got some time save here. Must have had at least 2 runs get this deep. I didn't think I had, but...
The new leader. Fred, just ahead.
Ooh, come on. Come on. Oh, that's right. I think my PB, I damaged the car really early. And that would make a lot of sense why... Wait. Time save here's like 15 seconds.
You've got the lead. Only 3 laps left. You set a new lap record.
New lap record from a standing start. That's definitely going to have something to do with the setup or the car settings, because I must be making far more speed down the straights. There's just a lot of this circuit is just basically chicanes and straights. Ooh, try that. That might be even been what I did on my PB. Tried to cut too much there. I think I need to lift more.
You're pulling away. Kofas, the new leader.
Yes, that's been cost me best part of 10 seconds, really.
2 laps to go.
My standing start lap was a 108. It was a 116. Plus the car damage.
For instance, dropped out of the race. Kofas, 4 seconds behind you.
Whoop. That's still better than last lap.
Kofas, 5 seconds behind you. Kofas, dropped out of the race. What's your fuel level? Last lap. You can do it.
Engines look a bit, that look a bit worse for wear. Got too long up in the high rev range. I mean,
The suspension is broken.
yeah, that was pretty much always going to happen. As long as it happened on lap 4, then that's better than it.
Blackers, 14 seconds
Ooh, rear wing's broken in this too. What are we looking at for pace on this one? Probably going to make up some, but not all of that 15. Yeah, made up about 10. Wrong. Oh. Come on. Bad start. Ooh. So many cars on the brakes. Yeah, I didn't even know where to go there. Like, you see how crazy that was? He turn in. That was just mental. Yeah, yeah, it's a big move, mate. That's what happens when they all brake too early for the Adelaide hairpin. I think. Oh, I wonder if that was Schumacher that I just intimidated off the road. Nah, that must be Irvine because this looks like Schumacher. Find out. No, it was Schumacher. Okay, that's. I mean, I'm sure he'll get back and score the right amount of points, but that's good news. Yeah, it's it's that typical joke about playing video games, just going for the line that the computer doesn't actually go for. It's ridiculous. I mean, this is the easy mode of the game, so it's yeah, starting at the back of the grid, still ridiculously easy to actually make it to first place by the end of lap 1. But yeah, this track is easier than just about any other because of the way that they all back up at the hairpin. But it looks like you missed Monaco, mate, if you had to run off for a little bit. So maybe I'll have to get another run going after this one to get it back through to Monaco for you. Although I did suck through Monaco, I was hitting walls all over the place. It's a damn tricky circuit. Even on a game as stupid as this, it's corner after corner after corner. Ooh, that's an error. Yeah, it's like corner after corner after corner after corner. It's there's no time no time to actually think about or look at anything else. You just gotta keep focusing on every bloody corner. I see why why that race is so mentally fatiguing for drivers, because they don't, down a straight you effectively get some time to think about something else, even if it is only for a half a second or a second. You can think about the other aspects rather than just thinking about where the line for the next corner is. Irvine can hold second, and that's good news. That's less points that Schumacher will score, which makes it more likely that I will actually complete this run, because I've kind of, the way that I've worked the maths out, Schumacher will finish on about 80 points, and I will finish on exactly 80 points, because I will do 8 races and I will win all of them. Is 10 points each. Yeah, definitely. In saying that, that probably proves how the quality of the drive from Daniel Ricciardo last year. Considering how broken his car was, to be able to get your head around it, maintain fast enough laps, and still get out and still maintain first is yeah. No, I know exactly. Component failure, mate. I know what you mean. So good. My thick hide can take getting called a failure. Yeah, that's not right. A little bit slow through that one. Okay, my new setup, or my new car settings should help on this track more than just about any other. Maybe the next two. So I think there's some good time to be made up on the next two, because that's it, mate. I should if I was serious about it, there's a lot of people that use a oh, there we go. There's some more juicy overtakes around the outside at La Source. A lot of people use like a guitar foot switch that they hook up and then feed that into their computer to do that, and that means they can do it, 1, without taking their hands off the controllers, and 2, without smashing the keyboard. But no, I'm just an angry man and I like hitting the keyboard. Oh, alright, that's come on. That was a big mistake, and then it feels like felt like my front wing got stuck in his rear suspension. I know that's not exactly what happened, but that's what it felt like. Despite the fact that they apparently, they definitely ported in the 98 race results. I think they actually put in the 97. I don't think they changed the weather from the weather settings they had for 97, because Argentina, like at a full lap race at Argentina, it starts out dry, it becomes a little wet, it becomes really wet, and then it becomes dry again. I think this will start wet and it will, well, let's see, if this has started wet, if it dries out, then they've just already used the They've just reused the weather settings from 97. But yeah, gotta smash the keyboard for the good times, mate. Yeah. I'm also stupid enough at the moment to be racing on slicks in the wet for whatever reason. You don't seem to be losing too much grip, or I don't seem to be losing too much grip here, so brings the luck. Yeah. The noisier you can make your keyboard presses, the better the luck. I do have the mic sensitivity turned right up as well, so I probably should run a better compressor over the mic so that it brings down some of those peak volumes a little bit as well. Because yeah, I know that it can be a bit peaky, but particularly when I cough or something like that. It just means that I can sit here at a relatively normal. The having the mic sensitivity turned right up means I can sit here and talk to you at a relatively normal volume, and have the mic just sitting there on the table. You know, it's out of frame. And it's the microphone that I actually use is one that I bought to use for band rehearsals. So like it's got a low sensitivity mode where, you know, you can put it in a room with a full drum kit and a 100-watt guitar amp and a 400-watt bass amp and a PA for vocals, and you stick that in the middle of the room and it will still sound, you know, it will still sound half decent if you got it in a low sensitivity mode. It's really quite good, good for that. So what I mean, the mic's probably, it's the best part of 10 years old now, but that was what I originally bought it for. Yeah, it's just handy that it's got a USB out mode so that I can plug it in and use it rather than having to use the otherwise I use a laptop to stream rather than a computer, so I'd be using the inbuilt microphone that's in there for Skype, and it would sound even more shitty than what my current audio setup does. Ooh, we messed up Stabilo there. It's really only a couple of seconds lost. I'll say that I'm what, plus 10 at the moment, so a couple of seconds is actually, a couple of seconds here and there is actually what's the difference between me and improving my time. Whoop. That curve has just bounced me into the wall. Okay, so maybe I was wrong about the weather effects because it stayed wet throughout the whole. I haven't seen any of those videos where somebody's used a USB guitar to play video games. That sounds like it would mess with my head. I'm gonna have to go and search for that after stream. That sounds like a giggle. I have seen a video of somebody speedrunning GoldenEye using a fishing rod controller, which is a little bit ridiculous. But yeah, what I don't know. I guess you're doing it for the giggles, right? You're not. Don't have enough time in between corners to read that one. I'll have to come back to it after get up to the. After we get up around a few corners here.
What's your fuel level?
Oh, nearly got that wrong. You have someone use an electric drum kit for a game like this. Oh, yeah, you'd have to have ridiculous drum skills to be able to pull something like that off. Like just I can't imagine having the dexterity, like not just the physical dexterity, but the mental dexterity of being able to think I need to do X, Y, Z, and that means that I want to press button A, B, C, or drum, you know, high tom, mid tom, low tom, but just playing with using an electric drum kit as a controller. That sounds. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's a digital control interface, right? So it makes sense that you can do it. But ooh. I've passed one car through that chicane with all that mess.
Schumacher's the new leader.
Let's see how we go with a run up the inside of the second chicane. Hit the wall and lost too much speed. So I'm now in 17th going into the Lesmos. Alright. Well, I know that can be improved. Yeah, you'd have to, like, to be able to keep up in any sort of game, like the amount of input speed that's required, you'd be drumming really fast. You'd be thinking about which drum you need to be hitting. It would be using it for Call of Duty. Yeah, like you would surely get, if you're playing online, you know, you'd get brutalized. It'd be a pretty fun way to handicap a good team against a really poor team, you know. So saying that one of their players has to use a bad input method. Chicane's not there really, you just need to lift off for it. Oh, playing as like a sniper using a drum kit. You can just imagine the voice chat if if and when he gets kills playing like that. Killed you with my drums. Don't touch my drum set. All of those classics.
Airplane 8 seconds behind you. You're pulling away. You've got the lead. Only 2 laps left. That's your best lap so far.
Okay, so yep, get through both of those with just the lift, and this second chicane is the same. You're right. Get to bit hard to check my pace here. Feels like it's generally been pretty good. That start wasn't. That first set of corners wasn't really good. I didn't come out of the first chicane 21st, didn't I? So that wasn't a particularly fast start, but since then it's felt okay.
Schumacher, 15 seconds back.
It's, my best splits here, 6:15. Gonna be, yeah, this actually won't be that much time save. Might be a little bit, but once you add in, so I've got another 1:15 lap to do. Once you like 5 minutes, yep. So add in another minute for the rest of this, and then another couple of seconds for loading times. Yeah, I'm not all that far in front. Should be a best split. I don't think there's 15 seconds of loading time. It's a little while, but spending too long looking at my splits and not paying attention. Oh, minus. I didn't think that I was actually minus 4.3 after Spa. I'm actually in front for the first time. So this is, I've got one more race to go, which means, well, my current PB is 54.10, so it'd be nice to get that something down into the, thanks mate. Be nice to get that 54.10 down to something in the region of 53, sorry. 53, 59 be okay. So, if I don't completely stuff up the menuing here. Yeah, I must have been really bad at the menuing last time, so that's actually all of that time save. Yeah, I just need to close out. So I'm actually on 53, 59 pace. If I can just replicate my Japan from my first run. So let's see if that's possible. I'm using different car settings this time, so I'll get more speed down the straights, but less around some of the corners. But it does make this first part just a little bit trickier. Ooh. But I'll still be in the lead by the time we get to the Degners. Okay. So I think a good lap around here is something in the high 120s. So I'm kind of... I haven't actually checked the point situation, though. There's a chance that I could fail on that front. Yeah, so standing start 120. That's 2 minutes, and 2 minutes for segment time. And I've got 3.5 laps, so I've got, if I can, let's see, once I get out of the S's, I'll have a look at what my segment time was, and if it's in the region of sort of 6:30 something, then we're on pace. 6:38. Okay, so if I can, yeah, all I need to do is string together some half decent, not even particularly good laps, and we're on pace for 53.
Airplane, 13 seconds back. You're pulling away.
Probably brake too much for the first part of spoon there, but ooh.
Airplane, 14 seconds back.
3.5, and I've got 3 minutes. Yeah, so
Only 2 laps to go. That's your new course record.
just no major errors, and we've got a 53 of some variety. 53.50 something, maybe 53.40. And it was plus 40 at one stage, so I've made up 40 seconds, so that would, considering this is really going to be my second completion, and I'm still making errors like this, that would probably indicate that a 52 is possible with the current route. 51 maybe, but 51 would probably be a bit of stretch. And then I guess to go much faster than that, I would need to have a look at getting a 7-race route, or alternatively picking a different race in 8 to do. So I might have to actually go back to the spreadsheet to work on that. I haven't been playing any new games, mobile, PC, console. I bought a Switch in the last 6 months. So I've spent a lot of time. Ooh, let's get across the line here and see what my time is. But yeah, I've been playing a bit of Switch lately. 53.37, okay. Now let's actually just check that I've done enough to win the championship. Yeah, I've been playing a bit of Switch lately. I've only got what's race results. Season 80. There we go. We're in front. Yeah, Schumacher got cleaned up. All right. That's good news. Been playing a bit of Switch, mate, but I am going to take a really quick break and go pee, and then I'll be back and we'll have a look at Monaco. Yeah, thanks, mate. Happy with that for the moment. Reckon I can bring that under, considering I was, 40 seconds down earlier in the split, so I should be able to bring that down into 52 something. Was I over 40 seconds down? 33. Some of that time loss is from picking a better setting, but yeah, I'm golden most of those, because particularly the second half there, because I actually got into it. So yeah, would be able to go one faster. Certainly didn't go particularly quickly around Monaco, so